Hello everyone, Desert Wolf here. This is April 2030, I believe, of the Spirits of Tsushima campaign, where I played the Japanese against Encircled, who is my allied opponent. Today is a day when I try to sweep over Sydney to see what kind of opposition I might beat there and if there's any shipping in harbor. I also have an intercept in the west coast. Well, at least an intercept in the west coast. I detected some convoys there by my raiders, and I will try to go for them, and then we'll also see what happens with the enemy carriers in the Indian Ocean if they do anything. So just a minor skirmish here, it looks like. One of my destroyers has intercepted a corvette. Edmonston, I believe it's a Canadian one. So it could be a big turn, depending. Could have some major air battles over Sydney, if he has put flak cap there. Also detected 6 ships, as I mentioned, off the west coast convoy there, heading back from Pearl Harbor, I believe. So I'm gonna try to intercept that one. And whatever happens in India in the Bay of Bengal. So let me just sweep through this. I think probably my destroyer will come out ahead here. Okay, that's KV's done for. Good. Corvettes, 1 corvette down. Excellent ASW ships. Looks like I ran out of ammo because there's another ship here. Harassments from this usual light cruiser. Okay, that's my night search picking up that convoy. It looks like there's about 5 ships in it. That's probably the corvette sinking noises. I'm also getting ready for another chunking attack. I think it'll probably happen in about a week's time. Oh, there we go, reacting. Hopefully we'll catch them. I got 2 light cruisers in 1 task force and another light cruiser in a second task force. Counters enemy task force. Okay, this is actually a bigger convoy than expected. I think it's empty, but these are some very valuable ships. The Lukenbacks, I believe, are these 2 big ones here. 13 points or 12 points or something like that. And looks like Isthmian class cargo ships, which are about 9 points, and this is either a hog cargo or Harriman cargo. So all pretty valuable ships. PC Jackson is a tiny escort here, probably just for some submarine protection. Sorry about the window jumping. I think I fixed it now. Anyways, it looks promising. Hopefully, Jackson's already known for. Hopefully, the light cruisers press their attack and cause some damage here. Maybe, hopefully, there's even some troops in this convoy, but no, I really doubt that because it's returning from Pearl Harbor, so I don't think so. Yeah, so these are the Lukenbacks, and these are the Isthmian class. Okay, well, since this is a turkey shoot, essentially, I'll speed through it. They're firing back at my light cruisers, but you know it's not going to be effective. So let's just see how many of these we sink. Okay, I'm seeing some torpedo hits. Some of these are already going down. Most of them are under heavy. Okay, that's. It looked like they really pressed the attack. It definitely went for a long time, so the might even have ran out of ammo. So, anyways, this one's dead. This one's dead. Heavy fires, heavy damage, definitely gone. Sunk, sunk. Another one. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 have definitely are going to sink, either sank or are going to sink, and then you have one that's possible, and then and three that made it. So that's a really good result. I have the other light cruiser task force composed of one light cruiser, so we'll see if it engages. But this is a very good result. It's a good way to start the turn. Yeah, returning to midway, probably out of ammo. Looks like no other engagements onto the day phase, to the airspace. Okay, that's interesting. They're still hanging around here. I'm assuming that includes the carriers, enemy carriers. Okay, so this is my Ace W from the KB picking up Allied submarines, or trying to intercept my ships. Just moving along here a bit. Okay, all right. So my intention was to sweep to both figure out what's in Sydney as well as to like kind of knock out any aircraft that might interfere. But as we see, there was no opposition. So it's going to be a bunch of long range sweeps that will hit. Oh, it's interesting. Fulmars are coming against my cap, defending Salem. Clear skies over target. Okay, I have a bad feeling about this. If he's sweeping, that means he's sweeping for a reason. I anticipate he's probably sweeping to clear out any air for B-17 strikes. Now, the problem is, this could be bad for me. The problem is, it's clear skies, great for bombing, and um, I have a bunch of airplanes on the ground on a naval strike mission, attempting to interdict the carriers if they had come closer, which means they're vulnerable to B-17 strikes. It's unfortunate. I hope they don't come. Maybe the weather will interfere or something, but I don't think this is a good sign that he's sweeping. All right, I'm gonna skip through this. I think my Oscar's gonna handle the Fulmars, but see what happens after. Yeah, it seems like Oscar's handled the Fulmars, but the sweep is still gonna reduce my numbers over Bellari, or Salem, excuse me. And I'm just dreading what might come in terms of B-17 strikes on an exposed target at this point. Okay, so some sweeps here by my opponent. Some recon. Some bombing of Chungking. Getting some good runway hits there. So I got good weather. Yeah, heavy cloud. It's pretty good. Some raiding of the 23rd Indian Brigade. Just basically knocking out a construction regiment. That's when I forced it to retreat, it retreated into my supply line, and so I'm just taking it out. I think that did the job. Continuing to hit Clark, just making sure it stays damaged, the airfield. Some more hits on the enemy force here. B-17D that's still hanging around. SPD is doing their thing. Looks like they had some decent escort. That's not. 16 Oscars are not going to do a good job against the heavies if they come. Oh no, I was really about to put a cap over a goal. I really anticipated that he was going to do this, but my fighters were tired, and I was like, probably wouldn't do it at this turn. Yeah, I could have easily killed all those. Real, almost. I actually did put the long range cap over goal and then changed my mind, just because they were too tired. I had moved them away from far away, and I could have shut down all these airplanes. Unfortunately. No use crying over missed opportunities. Ah, this is what I was dreading. I knew it was gonna come. Clear skies. Damn, that's not good. Got all these zeros and betties sitting down there on the tarmac waiting to go for a naval strike mission. And they're gonna get caught with their pants down here. Oscars are really good for April 1942, but they definitely have their weaknesses. Excellent dogfighters, one of the best dogfighters in the game for this period, to be perfectly clear. But when it comes to the interceptor role, they are extremely weak. Um, they just don't have the firepower, and the durability is very lacking. So interceptors definitely need heavy firepower and good durability and good speed. And the Oscar has average speed and weak firepower and weak durability. So it's just not ideal at all to go up against fortresses. And the destruction of an Oscar punctuates that remark. I'm just trying to see if I could potentially cause any of these to back down. Yeah, it's going to be bad. I'm just going to go through this, and then I will check back on the intel screen. I'm anticipating quite a lot of my aircraft being destroyed here. It's unfortunate. All right, let's keep going. Well done by my opponents here. He timed it really well. 3 Oscars on the ground, 5 zeros on the ground, and then we can of course multiply this by quite a bit. Yep, and quite a lot of damage to the airfield. And that might not be it. We might still get some more heavy bombers, B-70s or Liberators coming, so we should see. Hopefully that's the end of them. Some more sweeps. That's so some of those ships that I intercepted off the west coast of the U.S. West Coast sinking. One of my Betties on naval searches is shut down. Lots of sweeps here. Not really sure what he's thinking there. Maybe he thought I would cap my forces there. Striking at a reconnaissance battalion. Some harassments over Cold Bay, not really a big issue for me. And some more sweeps by the enemy. Okay, that's the end of the air phase. Definitely took the worst of it in terms of the air phase this turn. But I always have that convoy interception to fall back on as the good news of the day for me. That was definitely a really good intercept. I'm probably going to attack Shrinking a fourth time, maybe before the end of the month. Yeah, sometime before the end of the month, I think, if that works out. Maybe just a bit later. I'm not really sure, but soon, maybe 7 days to 10 days. Artillery doing a good job keeping them suppressed and damaged. And with the forts down from 6 to 3, it definitely hurts a lot more. So he's AA, more AA. Interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna speed through this. Some damage there from his artillery. That's his trapped force in Numea. Lots of bombing. Or bombarding, rather. Okay, so I think I should hold. I'm bringing reinforcements here, and then I'll finish off that brigade. But it's going to be more difficult now that he's hit my main air base, protecting those troops. All right, that's the end of the air phase, but of the day rather. So I will look at the intel screen and just scroll around the map a little bit, see what's happening, and then we'll end the video. Just go through this here. All right, so where do we start? Let's see here. Okay, so that's where, okay, I probably will catch up with the rest here and finish them off next turn. And then I'll have to consider what's kind of reaction he's going to do. And yeah, so let's check the intel screen. 19 aircrafts destroyed on the field. That's heavy, but I thought it might be higher, to be honest. So 2 air losses, 1 air, 8, 9, 1 to flak. The Allies lost. Overall, I lost 30 aircraft and lost 10. So definitely took the worst of the day. Fortunately, a lot of those were on the ground, so at least the pilots are mostly okay, unless some have been killed by bombing. Let's actually check the pilot losses. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. And some of these are not going to be from my elite fighters on the ground. Most of them are probably from like, let's see. Yeah, some of those get shut down. Yeah, some of these are going to be ops losses. So these are just ops losses, and then of course we have this is lost on the ground. 5 of these are lost on the ground, 1 in the air, and then 9 on the ground. I wonder where the 2 others were lost. Probably from the KV as ops losses. And then of course this is in the engagements, both in the air and on the ground. The Allies, a bunch of ops losses, 4 fulmars knocked out in the air, and yeah, so I mean it helps that he got higher than usual air ops losses this turn. Okay, so 10 and 30, it is what it is. The bad day in the air for me today. But overall, as you can see here, still decisively winning in the air so far. Of course, this is just the ones that have been confirmed sunk. And then a bunch of others have also been sunk, just not yet shown on here. Well, confirmed is in, not really confirmed, just what it shows us. But yeah, these have been synced. 12, yeah, 12 points in yours. Looking back, they're quite valuable. And then these are the, okay, that was a Harriman, and these are the Esmins. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Points-wise, I took more points than he did this turn, obviously, because each one of those ships costs 12 points. But I have to, if I want to get auto victory, I have to maintain a 4-to-1 ratio. So obviously this is a good day for him, because even though I got more points, ratio-wise, it wasn't a 4-to-1. So in that sense, he closed the gap a little bit. I'm anticipating that he closed the gap a little bit. But the good news is that once I take Chungking, it's going to be a lot of points for me. You see, that's 1,600 points only in base points, and then 200 times 4 because the airfield is a size 4 right now, so that's 800. That's 2,400, and then I can, of course, build up the airfield to get more points. 2,400 just to take it, and then, of course, we also take points off from the allies when they lose the base, and whatever damage to the troops is going to happen to them. So yeah, so when Chungking gets taken, that's going to be a huge boost in my points. And finally, let's just look at what's happening here. So I think he was around here, I believe. No, 1, 2. He was, I think, around here or here. Anyway, and he moved just a few hexes north. So I'm anticipating that he may be refueled and pushed up here. And yeah, yeah, I think he has 2 CVs here. Judging from the aircrafts available here, I think he has 2 CVs. So not a massive force. I wonder where his other CVs are. I know they were in the south back, so they might actually be heading here to reinforce. We shall see. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Eventful turn. Good news for me and bad news for me at the same time. But at least it was a fun turn. All right, thank you.